Hey family, hope you guys are doing well today. But welcome to Talking After Dark. Today's subject matter is one that will certainly grab your attention, and I know you'll probably have plenty of comments and plenty of things to say about something that probably happened to you along these lines, or someone you know about this happened to, and you probably feel like most people feel that old cliche that once a cheater, always a cheater. So one of my subscribers asked me in the comments, she says, let's talk about why men cheat. And I promised her that we would have this conversation and we would talk about why men cheat. But if we're going to talk about why men cheat, honestly, let's talk about why people cheat. Now, there's that old adage that back in the day that when it came to dating, that men were always the cheaters. Any woman that you found time or opportunity to talk to who would give you 5 minutes of her time, who was sad or distraught about a previous relationship, it was always going to be based on the fact that her man cheated on her. In most likelihood, that's probably exactly what happened. It was a thing where men cheated because they could. Men cheated because basically they were the breadwinners and they controlled the purse strings, so they did as they pleased. Men cheat for various reasons. The basic one is that because they can. They think that it's okay. They think that the wife is a girlfriend is not going to find out about it. And quite frankly, they're just damn selfish. But it's funny because a time ago, I couldn't have said that about women. But here it is today. That has to be a conversation about not just why men cheat, but why women cheat or why people cheat in the first place. We call cheating a mistake. Most times when people get caught cheating, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, well, I'm sorry, I apologize, it was a mistake, it's never going to happen again. And then there's those situations where it does happen again. And when it does happen again, is that cheating? Is that another mistake? Are you as forgiving for the second mistake as you were for the first mistake? And the thing is about cheating is that even after, when you forgive someone for cheating on you, you never forget. You never forget that hurt. You never forget that pain. And sometimes it comes up at the most inopportune times, but you never forget it. It's almost like saying you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So that's why people are under the impression that if you cheat once, you'll cheat it again. Now, I can tell you some personal things about myself when it came to cheating. There was a time in my life where I could have been classified as a cheater as well. I can remember very well having participated in some of those situations. And even though I can sit here and I can tell you that today, and the reason that I can tell you that today is because I can speak on the growth from those mistakes. I can tell you about those times when I thought it was okay and I thought it was cool and it happened because it happened and when it was happening, it was cool, it was good, it was fun. You know, it was something to do. It was something you stick your chest out about. It was something to be proud of. It's something you could talk to your boys about and you could laugh at and have conversations about and just, count the notches in your belt and all those other things. But listen, when you hurt someone, when you actually see the pain in someone's face, in someone's heart, in their lifestyle, in their demeanor, in the change that comes over someone when you have victimized them, when you have put them in a situation that has caused them their whole lives to be shattered, that's not a picnic. Neither is it a joyride. It's a thing that if you're human and you realize the amount of grief and amount of pain that you've caused in someone's life, that should cause you to be subject to change. That should cause you to want to be different in your life and in your living. It doesn't come easy and it doesn't happen overnight. It's a process like anything else. You have to learn to be different. You have to beg to be different. You have to trust and have some God in your life that is going to allow you to see the big picture and going to allow you to see that what you have done and what you do to other people will someday be done to you. And for me, it was just as I gave it out, I got it back in. And I'm sure probably every other person who's honest with themselves can tell you that at some point, if there were cheaters, that cheating happened to them as well. I don't advocate that people cheat. I don't advocate that cheating is a mistake. I don't think that it is a mistake. I think that, people do what they do because they can. They do what they do because they're led into it. Nobody can make you cheat. Nobody can make you do the things that you know that are wrong. When we get to a point in life, man, where we understand right from wrong, we know what we're doing. We absolutely do. So we choose to step out on our mates. We choose to do something different. We choose to buy into the idea that they're not going to find out, that what they don't know won't hurt. We choose to believe that for our own conveniences. But I will tell you that when it comes to really manning up and owning up to your faults, to your weaknesses, to your frailties, and to those things that have caused you to treat someone indifferently, to not allow them to receive from you that what the expectation is, that's a hard pill to swallow when you're honest with yourself. Because if it were done to you, I'm not so sure you would feel the same way about it. I'm not so sure at all. Cheating is something that is probably a topic of conversation almost in everybody's conversation as they talk to their friends about their relationships. At some point, somebody is going to say something about having been cheated on, or is being cheated on, or wondering if they're being cheated on. It just seems to happen. Listen, how old do we have to be before we realize that hurting other people is never satisfying, is never pleasing, is never the thing to do? At what point and what age do we realize that we have got to find another way, that we have got to come up with something other than thinking about ourselves and our genitalias and how good that moment of entertainment might be? Cheating is ugly, extremely ugly. I know plenty of men, plenty of women who are cheaters. So ask yourself about your current relationship. Are you a cheater? Is your partner a cheater? If they were or you were, would they know? How would they be able to tell? Would they believe everything that you said about where you were and what you were doing? Can they trust you? Should they trust you? Are you comfortable with allowing your mate to use your cell phone without you taking the phone first and unlocking it and erasing things or deleting things before they were able to use your phone? Do you have to take your phone into the bathroom with you or the shower with you? Do you have to have a passcode on your phone? If your partner was to pick up your phone, would you panic? If your phone rung and they answered your phone, would that be a problem? How much privacy do we really need when we're in a committed relationship? Of course, everybody needs their own privacy and their own space. Absolutely. And the things that I'm speaking of is not things that people just do in the general. But if those things were to happen, if your partner were to pick up your phone, if your partner were to answer your phone, do you have to take your phone into the bathroom with you? Do you have to turn it face down so if the phone rings that they can't see the name of the person that's calling? Would you not have to have certain conversations with certain people in front of your mate? There's just so many things that could be classified as cheating. If they were to check your email or your text messages, would they be alarmed? Would they be stunned by the conversations that you were having with other people? I don't know. Ask yourself that question. How honest are you with yourself? How much can you be trusted? That would tell you about how much you can trust the other person. Everybody deserves a fair shake and a fair chance. We should never just assume that somebody's cheating, because if they are, you'll know. All of the signs will be there. All of them. People who hide their phones, people who won't let you use their phone if you needed to use it, people who have to sleep with their phones under the pillow or next to them or put it in their pocket and carry it to the bathroom with them. They can't leave the phone alone. People who have to hide their phone or conversations when you're with them or around them. There's so many signs of improper behavior when it comes to relationships. But the honest part of all of this is that, do you love someone enough that cheating is no longer part of your vocabulary, that it is no longer a part of your life? When do you stop accepting full responsibility for all of your actions and non-actions? When is it important enough to you to be just truthful and honest about everything about you, about what you do, what you don't do, where you are, who you do it with? When are you honest enough with your partner, with your mate, that they can trust you on every word that proceeds out of your mouth? Because if they can't, there's a problem. When are you honest enough to say that I've done the things that I've done, I have learned from those things, I have a relationship with the Lord, and I want my life to be different. I want to live a different way. I want to be trusted. I want my significant other to know that they can trust me whether they see me or not. I want them to know what I would do or wouldn't do. What's really important to you? And is it important enough for you to live a righteous life? Is it important enough for you so that your partner does not have questions about your integrity? I can tell you about me because I know me. I know what I've done. I know what I've grown from, and I know who I am today. I'm happy with me. I'm happy with the life that I live. I'm happy with my integrity being in place. I'm happy with what I stand for. And for all those things that I might have done in the past, hopefully I have made amends for. Have you? Will you? Should you? I don't know. What do you think? But I think it's extremely important, man, that you are first honest with yourself. That you're first honest with yourself. If you would date you, if you would marry you, if you could trust you, then your partner can and could too. That's the real question. If you can answer those questions in the affirmative, then you should already know how your partner feels about you. I want you guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, put yourselves in right perspective. Let this not be a conversation about why men cheat or why women cheat. It's a hurtful, it's a painful thing. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants attention. Everybody wants affection. Everybody wants affirmations. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants intimacy. If you are that much connected to someone, give them what they need. If you in turn need those same things from them. Everybody should be duty bound in their relationships to cover the territory, to cover the bases, to give to that relationship what its requirements are. And you should expect that in turn for yourself. And I'm sure we all have war stories about times when we've been cheated on. But what we tell the stories about when we cheated or when we were unfaithful or unjust? People say this thing about what goes around comes around, and karma will have its rightful place. It will. It absolutely will. Karma will never let you forget. God is the most forgiving being in the world. Karma, however, sees things differently and will remind you of your past experiences and your failures to improve on those mistakes. But nevertheless, regardless of what that looks like and how that happens, you have to beg to be different. You have to beg to not want to hurt another soul. You have to beg to want to be truthful and beg to be honest with yourself and with your mate. The worst kind of hurt is not the hurt that you give to something that you bestow upon someone else. It's when that hurt comes back around and hurts you. This is a conversation we're talking about. Let me hear your comments about cheating, whether you were the cheater or you were cheated on. And be honest about the conversation. There's plenty of people who are going through this right now that needs a healing, that needs to be released and relieved from this hurt and from this pain and this dark place in their life. Let us give them the information that they need so that they can move forward, that they can close these chapters and these doors and windows, and that they can move on with their lives. Help us to help them. I'm so looking forward to your comments. I'm so looking forward to you to subscribe. I'm so looking forward to you to like and to share. These are conversations that just need to be had. But we're all grown here. And we're so grown to the point now that we should be able to accept responsibility for our actions and even our non-actions. We should be at a point in life right now where we know what we want, we know what we need, and we know who we want it from. And if you're lucky enough to get that, do right by them. Do right by them. Trust the processes. Trust what God has given you to work with. Trust the person that you're with, the love that you share, and make this the best relationship that a man or woman could possibly have. Let me hear from you.